Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by today. We're going to look at stocking stuffers for the card maker in your life. Hopefully you can find a few surprises to get them and sneak in their stocking this year. So let's get started.
So I often use this glossy accents to make things like the light bulbs in the car shine, the windows shine. I don't know if you can see that. Here is a fish tank and it's shining too. If you can see that, it just leaves a clear glass looking film over it. It's great for glasses, balloons, all sorts of things. So this is a great little thing just to add a little notch and make things look more realistic on the cards. The next item that I recommend for a stocking stuffer is Stickles. Stickles raise up on your cardstock and they really add dimension to your project. So for example, I have this happy birthday card. It's just a simple card. I used a die cut, and what really I did is I just layered the Stickles on top, and it really just pops it up for that effect, and it adds shimmer to the card. It's just a great little way to add a pop to your projects, whether you're scrapbooking or your card making. And then I have one here where I added it to pumpkins, and you can see that shimmer. I added green to the stems and orange to the pumpkin, and it just really adds to the card. So Stickles in any color is absolutely wonderful for the crafter in your life. I also recommend Distressed Oxide, and I will link to a video on Distressed Oxides. You can a lot of crafters now like to distress with different color inks. The Oxide is just so much more palatable to use in your projects. They blend so well, and I love them to make backgrounds. It's just gorgeous. So getting some of these for your crafters, sneak into their craft room if you can and see if they have any of these, and get the colors they don't have, or get a couple so they can try Distressed Oxide inks. Another great thing to get is textured paste. Textured paste is a white paste that can be used with stencils, and I will have another video that you can see on my channel where I use this to make different things, but it raises up on the project and it really adds a color to your project. So this is an example of distressed inks where I've used that on the project. Or I made a card where I used it on the background of dark color, which also I will link below. So those are for the Distressed Oxides. And then for the textured paste, I will leave you another card that you might want to do. But for this card here, I used it to create bricks, and it feels like real bricks on this card. And so I created the front of a house and the little door that opens using the die cutting machine that I showed you. So this is another great item to put in for a stocking stuffer. And then last but not least, these little cubes, especially from All to New. These little cubes, and they're not all turned around the right way, so let me turn them around, range from a light color to a dark color. And I love these cubes because I can do a lot of techniques like I showed in my favorite 5 craft supplies for my craft room for the crafters' Christmas gifts. I just love this. I can add different layers or just use one of the colors. So this is another great option for you to check out, and I'll link some colors below. I recommend these as your stocking stuffers, as well as getting some pop-up dots for your crafter. This is a little something that can go and be wrapped in their stocking, and pop-up dots are something that we use quite often to add dimension to our cards. And it just raises stuff off of the cards, and you can see here that those little pop-up dots are just right behind these trees, and it pops it off of the card to add that little bit of dimension. So that is another great gift for your crafter, our pop-up dots. So these are also another thing that you could do is use a Wink Stella brush. This adds glitter to the backs of your projects or your flowers. It's just like a paintbrush, and you squeeze and the formula comes out and onto your paper to add color. And one more thing that I think is necessary if you're going to get embossing paste is to get a palette knife, because the palette knife helps you manipulate the embossing paste, and they're not very expensive at all. So these are some great stocking stuffers that you can get, as well as this does not look anything like what I'm going to link below, but this is my chamois. This you wet with water and you wipe off your stamps with it. It's just a great way to clean the stamps, and this has been loved a lot. This is my Lawn Fawn chamois, and I'll link that below. You can see I've used it on both sides. It's just great, and I don't have to buy any solution for cleaning my stamps. I just put water in here and it wipes off all my stamp projects. So those are just a few things that you can get the crafter in your life. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I have linked everything below, and thank you for stopping by for the stocking stuffers for your crafter.